Hi, I'm a really bored college student. I just decided to rank some character designs because, well, yeah, I'm bored. So I chose the manga Blue Lock because it's the one that I just read and I really like it so far. For those who haven't seen Blue Lock, imagine Squid Game plus football or soccer, and that's about it, Blue Lock. This video will also contain like minor spoilers, but if you caught up to like the anime, then you should be fine. But I could refer something from the manga, but I won't do any major spoilers, so don't worry about that. So here are my ground rules for this ranking. Number 1, I'll only be ranking characters based on how much their design fit the story and like their football playstyle. Number 2, I'll ignore their uniforms because they all wear like the same thing most of the time, so I'll ignore like clothing in general. I'll not rank their outfits. Number 3, this ranking is according to my arbitrary and biased opinions. If I ranked your favorite character too low, feel free to like start a war in the comment section or something. Boost the algorithm! Let's get started with the main character then. Isaki Oichi, the main protagonist. My overall impression for him is that he's kind of bland for like a character design. Like not for a main protagonist, because main protagonists are a lot of the time bland in anime, but he's especially bland, like there's not much special to him. One thing good about him is his V-shaped fringe. It helps to frame his big eyes, which are his main weapons in the series. His blue eyes also really suit him, so it's like the mangaka is like shoving the teachings of Blue Lock into his eyes. So I think blue is a really fitting color. It also like represents the series itself, like since he's the protagonist and the series is called Blue Lock. I don't think black's a good color for his hair. It's too generic and doesn't help him stand out amongst the crowd. A dark blue would have worked better, which is what they were trying for, but I think it just went too dark, so like a lighter dark blue, if you get what I mean. Another question I have for him is like, why is his background color and aura neon green when there's like zero green on him? Like every character in like this manga or anime were given like a color based on what they already have for a background. So like I don't really understand why it isn't just blue, like his dominant color. And also it would match the series' name as well. And like before you say like his uniform would blend in or something, like some other excuses, multiple side characters in the series already own different shades of blue as their colors for like background or like volume covers or anything. Like so like, I don't understand why he can't have blue. Like the guy's literally just blue. Overall, I'll rank Isagi Yoichi as a B tier. I think he works well, but he can have some improvements. He sets a good foundation of the designs for this series. So that's all I have to say for the main character. We can move on to the next one, is his best friend, Bachira Meguru. So, my first impression of this guy is like he gives me huge Kazutora vibes from Tokyo Revengers. Like they look very similar. They can be like siblings or something. Like even their personality is like somewhat overlapping in some traits. So I think this like bright shade of yellow fits Bachira really well, and contrasting him with the main protagonist as well. His haircut is also really unique for an anime character and to the rest of the cast in Team Z, which is like the team that he like plays in the beginning of the story. So it really helps to emphasize that he's like an oddball. Like this also supports his playstyle as an unpredictable dribbler. The brown bob cut really also sells that he's childish, and the pop of yellow highlight like shows like he's playful. So I think that's a really good choice of haircut. I'm gonna rank Bachira at S tier because I don't really have any complaints towards his design. I think he works well. Next, we're gonna rank Chigiri Hyoma, the selfish princess. He's my favorite character, so incoming personal bias, I guess. Gonna talk about his color first. Reddish pink really fits him. It represents his like igniting passion and really sells his like personality as like a selfish princess. Giving him long hair is like also an excellent idea as it like flows in the wind when he's running, so it emphasizes his speed, and same with his slimmer build. My only complaint for his design is I wish his hair was like tied up into a long ponytail or something after his initial character arc, because I think that would just be more practical first of all, like so it doesn't like dangle all around the place when he's like doing sport, and secondly it also shows growth. Like he used to be like hiding his face behind like his hair, or like hiding his insecurities of using his legs or something, like due to his injury. But he still looks pretty good with his hair down. Like And also it's anime, it doesn't have to be like 100% realistic, so his hair can just flow around, so I guess it's fine. He looks good, so I'll give him a pass. Overall, I'll rank him an A. We're gonna move on next to the football superhero. Kunigami Rensuke. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm not sure. His whole entire character theme is centered around being a righteous hero, so making him look similar to other beloved MCs and giving him that like orange hair color is very fitting. And orange is also like the opposite of blue, so it really makes him pop out in the environment of Blue Lock, where it's like filled with blue, and foreshadowing him being like a wild card later on in the series as well. It also helps create like a contrast between him and like the main protag, who is also dominantly in blue. He is noticeably bigger and more muscular than the other characters, selling the point that he's a protective big brother. So overall I'm gonna rank him at gonna put him at A. I think he's pretty good, but he's not like, I guess, like special enough to catch my attention to put him in S. But he works well for his character, like what he gives, like what he provides to the story matches with his design. We're gonna move on next to Team V. We're gonna rank Seisho Nagi, the board genius. Also, like, I just searched up on the wiki, like, did you know that he's 190 centimeters tall? That's 6'2". Like, damn, he's tall. Like, he's taller than Kunigami. Like, what the heck? I thought he was like a short baby. Okay, we're gonna look at his design now. So, he's mainly, he's really pale and he has white hair. So, this really, like, emphasize how his heart and head are, like, both empty. Like, he's all, like, he's supposed to be, like, a white sheet of paper. He's bland and he needs like other people to add things onto the paper for him, like, if you get what I mean. So like it really represents his arc well, how he feels nothing and then he feels something after playing football with Isagi. His eyes is predominantly gray or like this like light brown they gave him in the anime, and I think that's a good color, but giving his eyes like a pop of green when he's serious helps linking him with like our main MC Isagi's green, like his neon green that doesn't fit him. But I think this link is really well. It shows how they're like developing because of each other. Also I think Nagi's hair could have been choppier and messier to sell the fact that he's lazy or unneat, and contrast him with his partner Rio, because currently he looks too well put together. And you know that's like against his character. His character is supposed to be like super lazy and messy. His face also needs some tweaks. Like canonically he's called ugly and messy by the other characters. And like especially like the girls in his school. Like they call him, like they describe him as like not good looking. But his design doesn't really support how others describe him. No, overall I'm gonna put Nagi in A. Like his design can show way more improvement. I think the hair needs to go slightly crazier in order for him to look less like those K-pop star hair. Next, we're gonna rank the rich all-rounder, Mikage Ryo. It's hard to talk about him without talking about Nagi because they're such a duel. So, yeah, I'm gonna talk about his design based on what I said about Nagi's, because they are just always together. Well, they're not always together, but like, they're supposed to be designed to complement each other based on like their backstory, which I won't spoil here. So we're gonna go for the color first then. So I think purple is like a good choice for his hair, as it's like a royal color and it's connected to like luxury and wisdom. So it shows that he's like a rich, cocky bastard. And yeah, I think it fits. Although I'd say black or green would have fitted his play style better, because like black is because it contrasts with Nagi's and shows how he's like an all-rounder, so he's a bit like a void where like he doesn't actually have a place, like a proper play style. And green because he's like a chameleon. As of his face, here's where my main issue lies. Like Rio's canonically described as like the good-looking rich boy, so he's supposed to look like good, yet his look is like way too similar to the other characters. Like I can't tell that he's supposed to look good. So I think like giving him something special, like long like eyelashes or something, like Rin, would like really help him stand out more and portray him as more like good looking. I'm not saying like if you have short eyelashes you're not good looking. I'm just saying like everyone in the series had like really similar eyes, like just big and round. So like giving him something a bit different would really help. But I don't think you should decrease his eye size because he's supposed to look like a chameleon, so his eyes need to be staying big. So his hairstyle also needs a tweak. It looks slightly outdated to me because like the bangs are like a little bit too long. Like, it should be trimmed shorter. So I think like that would make him look better. And like slicking the hair back could also work because it helps sell the idea he's like a rich boy and like he's like neater compared to like Nagi, who has like messier hair. Like he just really doesn't read off as like a good-looking rich boy. Also, I'm really confused by the fact that he's tying up his hairs during like matches when his hair isn't even that long to begin with. And like Chigiri is like not tying his hair up during matches, so like it's kind of funny to me. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to rank Rio at B because I don't think it supports his character well enough other than the color palette, and I think he needs a lot of work. This is no hate to the character, I love Rio, it's just that I don't like his design. So overall, I think the designs of Blue Lock are really good. Like, these are, like, even, like, the worst design, such as Rio, is, like, a C tier here. Could be, like, S rank in, like, other animes. I think Blue Lock has a strong cast of characters with, like, really appealing designs. And yeah, that's it. If you want me to rank any more characters, you could comment down below. Maybe I'll do a part 2 if I'm bored again, but that'll take a while. Yeah. If there's anything you disagree with me, you can also comment down below. I have no outro. That's kind of awkward. I don't really know how to do an outro, so yeah, bye, I guess.